Hey, it's time for Tripping with the Byrds with Rick and Trina on WGMLB Internet Radio.
Hey, this is DJ Straight today with Rick and Trina, and we are coming live to you from Phrase from the Closet. And I was trying to be like Trina. She has a show. Welcome, Rick and Trina.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, good. I feel like I'm a little taller today. I think my camera is I don't know how. Hey, it fell. I got it taped up any kind of way. Well, not any kind of way, but it fell and it hasn't been straight since. So I feel like I'm
you
like
gotta get that heavy. Well, I don't know how heavy duty it is anymore, but we in our food truck we had a TV when it would be slow.
Yeah.
Rick, did you hit me?
Yeah, I thought I did. Here we go.
Yeah, then you hit me. Now? Yeah, and I got this really thick not duct tape.
What, GM? 3M?
3M. What do you call it? Tape, double sided, and it held up through the when it gets cold and it held up with the heat. And I think it lasted about 2 years. I went in there the other day to check on it and it fell down.
Oh, well, this is a different story. It's propped up and hung up and everything. It'll be fine. I just noticed that I was a little bit higher.
Okay, yeah. You look
so
good.
Cool. So how's it going today, guys?
Good. I got a new setup too. Let me see if I can show you on my So on that, this is my main monitor. I got a big screen monitor.
Okay.
Yeah. And then over here, I've got a little small one that allows me to see my students as I'm teaching, so I can look at their expressions and.
Oh, really?
Because with Zoom, you got to share the screen with the picture of the people and your screen if you're sharing and teaching. And then I got my tablet right here.
Display of it. So
yeah.
Oh.
And then I got my tablet right here so that I can see the screen that they're seeing.
So yeah. And it was I always do that too when I'm doing double. I always have my tablet so I can see
what they see.
Yeah. Right. So let me ask you then, do you find that effective?
Oh yeah. Because what I have is I have the little small it's a monitor / TV, so it's a little miniature thing that you would put like in the kitchen or it's not really good for a bedroom because everybody likes the big screen. But this I actually found, believe it or not, Lynette, at a flea market. I think I spent like $10 for it, and it was brand new. And,
wow!
I just hooked the HDMI card to that, and then hooked it into my desktop. And when I actually open up Zoom, I believe I could do this too. I just kind of share it over to the screen,
right?
And so it puts my students on the right on that side, and I got my full screen to actually do my demos and my live lectures. So it helps to have two screens, definitely.
Okay, what I find helpful is in my setup here, I use our earpieces in all the devices, so I don't get any feedback. Even when I mute the sound or if I'm playing something, I mute the sound. So I find that helps. So for people that want to start setting up, you can look at us every Wednesday or whenever we come on and learn from our successes, our funnies, our oopses, and our mistakes. And that's the best way to learn. You can look on a book, but real experience.
You see my hand? Look. Rick's on that side of the room, and I'm on this side.
Right. That's cool, but it's good to learn that way. So did I ask you all about the tires? I did ask you about the tires.
Yes, you did, and you said that what determines like the tires, size, and it's like all depends on like the weight of the vehicle, and like the class of the vehicle. Whereas like there are like two classes of RVs, A class and there's a C class. C class has the small wheels. The big A class has the big bus tires because they carry a lot of weight.
Yeah. It almost looks funny too, because you'll see like this 31-foot RV going down the road and it's got these little skinny tires. But we've got
No, it's not skinny.
They look like regular
small.
truck tires.
They're
They look like regular truck. So it's 2 in the back on the left, 2 in the back on the right. And then the front.
So what's the I guess the advantage is depending on how you do it. Now I saw an RV. I saw a caravan of RVs the other day coming from off of 29, and a couple of them had the Jeeps behind them, and the Jeeps I believe were facing backwards. Does that have something to do with the mileage on the tires or anything?
I don't know.
I've never.
They were towing it because I guess they were going to use it later.
Okay, it depends on when you say towing it. Were they towing it from the back or was the vehicle on wheels?
It was on wheels, but they were just doing it, I guess, when they parking. I thought of you all.
Okay, well that's fine. Yeah. Okay, that's the only way you can probably do it. Like when it's backwards, you can like when it's backing on. A lot of people prefer like more or less like just pulling on, but a lot of other people, I think 6 of one, half dozen of the other. I tow mine, so it's rolling on those wheels, which are disengaged. So,
okay.
So like there's no mileage or anything on there, whereas like it doesn't want to go on your odometer or whatever. It stays neutral because normally you want a 4-speed or like something with a 3-speed, something that you can like when it's disengaged, even though it might have 4-wheel drive on it. If all wheels are unlocked, the odometer will not spin, and that's what you want.
Yeah. So let me ask you guys: have you all ever been on the mountains? You know, the curvy mountains where it's like 1 lane or 2 lanes on this side and 1 lane on that side.
Okay. Do you want?
What's that experience like?
Do you want her to say it or you want me to say it?
I'm scared to talk about it. You go ahead, Rick.
Story or do you want a story?
I'm scared to talk about it. I'll let Rick do it.
I'm a little scared myself. We went up to Rocky Mount, like Virginia, and as you very well know, starting from once you come out of, I guess, like on the east side of Virginia, and you start going up, all the roads lead up to the mountains.
Yes.
So we were Rocky Mount, and where were we going? We were going to a KO, and to see like the waves in the mountains and like the dips and the turns and the signs such as watch out for falling rocks, things of that nature. It does kind of make you want to pucker up a little bit and like want to ride down there like that. And that's how it was. And we must have went about a good
2 hours.
A good 15, 20 miles up this mountain.
Scared to death.
And it was slow going because we were towing the car the whole 9 yards.
Wow, yeah.
But like what we found out like later, it was a shortcut for tractor trailers. They used to cut across, and they have no respect for I guess the weak in mind. They go by 50, 60 miles an hour on those curves. I don't know if they loaded or empty or what, but I like praise them. They're some good drivers because you're on the edge all the time.
I don't think that's good. I think that's careless.
Oh yeah, I think
not looking out,
be in their own lanes.
Yeah, Trina wants them to
I want them off.
Infrastructure money and build them a road just for tractor trailers. And I keep telling her it's not going to work because, like the mere fact, you need to have that communication with them. But like you're right, there are some careless tractor trailer drivers, and like no pun intended, but you know they be doing some like more drastic stuff as the ordinary common driver wouldn't. I mean, like more tailgating. I mean, you got all that tonnage, and they want you to move over. They like more tailgate you that like to move over. They blink their lights because I guess like that's their ratables. That's what they're doing. They're making money. So in fact, they want to get you out the way as soon as possible, so that they can roll on.
What kind of hours training did you all take to drive? Did you have to go to school? I know you had to get a license, but did you have to have so many hours of training? No.
No,
there was
nothing.
They just gave us the keys and said, "Thank you very much."
Yeah, legally you don't have to. There's no a regular driver's license.
Yeah, regular vehicle driver's license. But I don't know how they get away with it. But like another thing too, I want to share with the viewers. Like the insurance is almost less than a car.
No, more than almost. It's only, I think we pay something like $1,000 a year.
Yep.
Wow. Is that full coverage?
Yep, full coverage.
Yes.
If the if a car hits the RV unit, they replace it. If it of course hits the car part of it and the car gets damaged, they replace that.
Wow.
Yep. So it's very inexpensive. It's a very I'll just say it's a very inexpensive. It wasn't really designed for some people, but a lot of people now have found out about it due to the pandemic, and now they're realizing that it's not just the rich that could afford to do it. Regular everyday people can afford to do it. You could get a RV payment $300-400 a month.
Yeah. It's just like a car payment.
Wow.
And then your insurance, if you divide that $1,000 over 12 months, you're paying like $900 or $800. I think ours is because we have to extend it a higher coverage. But I think when we first started out, it was like $600 or $700 a year. So it's going up in price, but we also have gotten more coverage as well. So yeah, you definitely it's not a rich man's hobby anymore. Anybody, we were out at the state park, and the guy took an old truck and just built. He took the bed of the truck and built. Put a little potty toilet in there, and I think they had like a.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was like a little wooden cabin on top of a truck.
Back of
Okay.
On the back of a pickup, and he made a shelter. I guess it had everything in.
He was an old guy too.
Like we didn't go in, but like you can see like the craftsmanship that he did. So he might have some bells and whistles like the new ones don't even have anymore.
Wow. And he had sewer. He had sewer and everything else.
It was good.
Hooked to it, so he was able to, take advantage of everything. So it actually worked. He was up there for a week too, so he must have been doing something right.
Yeah, he was doing it.
Wow.
I got some footage. I'm trying to upload it now so that I can send it to you through email. And it actually, I started the videotape was going up that hill. I wouldn't go back that way if I had if I had to.
Well, when we did, another thing too, like that GPS
took us the wrong way.
It took us that way. But when we came out, we took 81 all the way down, which was like the major artery or the major highway coming through the mountain.
85.
Yep.
So let me ask you this. Can you carry extra gas on the back of the trailer?
No, it's too dangerous. You fill up your truck, you fill up your tank. Because you got to realize you got gas on the truck part of it.
That's right.
On the RV side of it. So you already got enough stuff going on. You don't want no gasoline.
Yeah, you already loaded already.
You're already loaded. And it's not dangerous at all. It's just like being in a car or whatever. When you travel, you turn off your propane. But the propane tank, it has to really be a freak accident for the, because that propane tank it's like in a big metal container.
Yeah, it's pretty well insulated, fireproof, waterproof, so it doesn't really like affect it. But remember, you have gas and you have propane on the same vehicle.
Okay.
You're both separated, but still, you still got to be cautious.
Ours is in the shop. We got like 12 things, and this is I think we went to We this is probably the second time. It's a 2007. We bought it brand new. We're the only owners,
Okay.
and we took it to the shop twice. This time,
Okay.
and we took it probably somewhere around 2000. I want to say 16 or 17, and we
Okay.
had some minor repairs done to it. We also got our tow bar put on the back so we could tow our vehicle, because all that time we would just get to a campsite and have to, we would stop at the grocery store, fill up, and then we were stuck on the campsite until it was time to go. Or you would just have to unhook, because you got to remember too, there's a slide.
Okay.
And while I'm talking, I'll see, can I get something up to show you? So when you get out, get to your campsite and you set up. And you want to definitely put everything in place so that you can be comfortable with the slides out, and you don't have to
Right.
worry about moving everything. So you could just put everything together and then put it back together, pull in the slide and then go get groceries or whatever and then come back. And I got a video I'm gonna show you just how easy that is.
Of inconvenience.
Yeah, it was a big inconvenience.
Right, that's why we carry like the vehicle with us, so we can like detach it and go off our merry way and leave
And you save on gas too.
Yeah, and that too.
That's why most people have
right,
a.
carrying the weight.
Let me show you the video.
Okay. So I need. Oh, let me get you in. Give you some volume.
Let me give
Turn
you.
it up a little bit.
One of the slides is going to have locks. It's really important that you know how to use this type of slide up that will illuminate.
So we'll go past all that operational stuff.
In the locks. Once the locks are released, this is the patio side. So I'm going to head and hold the retract button. The slide will
see how it goes in and out.
And I'll see the slide stop moving.
Wow. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So you get
I can't see the real lock like this, but I can.
it actually opens up. Let's see if they give you a picture of it where it opens completely up, and you'll see how much room it actually gives you. God bless you.
That looks like good wooding on there too.
Yeah, our wood is pretty. Yeah.
It is.
And then you actually go, you get all that extra living space while you're on it. So you don't want to. And then on top of that, if you're actually doing the slide out, and that's how easy it is, you just push the button and it slides out. After you slide out, you actually set things up. Like you make it real homely. Like when we slide ours out, then I set up my little area where I've got like my little station where I can, we have a radio, like a little stereo, little compact stereo thing going on. And I have like a little table where we, have our where you can put your snacks at if you're sitting on the sofa. So all of that stuff has got to be moved and put over, slide it back in, and then go somewhere, unhook from the sewer, the water, and electric, go somewhere, and then come back. So it behooves you, and you necessarily don't like, we couldn't afford to get one until I think we had it from 2007 till about 2000. What did I say, 16 or 17 maybe? So we had it like 7-8 years before we really probably could have afforded to do it, but we weren't using it as much as to justify it. Yeah.
Let me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said we didn't have the time to do it anyway because like Trina was constantly working. I was constantly working.
Right.
And we just had it set in the yard, and we used to come out there and look at it.
We would go little small trips where we didn't need a car. But then when we retired, we were like, we got to get this. So we went ahead and spent the money to get it. And it's just great. Like we'll get some groceries before we leave, especially if you like things in your area. Because sometimes when you go to other areas, they don't have like what you're looking for. But we go anyway because they have things that you don't know about because you've never been there before.
Right.
And we like to do that after we've set up everything. The camp is, all set up. and then we'll get in the Jeep, and then we'll ride over to town and pick up different things, or just explore the area to see what's what there's what's there to do and look at, and then you just come back and park your car like you would if it was in your driveway.
Okay, so let me ask you this. One, can you put a security alarm on the RV? And then two, how secure are those locks? Can they be popped from the door or from the driver's side? If somebody is sleeping and that's their first time and they might be a little leery, how what do you do, not on you guys, but just in general for security?
Well, I think I don't put this, I don't put anything past anybody, but pretty much the campsites are safe. I mean, you really don't.
But I mean your camper itself.
Oh, if you're parked in your driveway or at a storage location.
Yeah, or if you're in there sleeping, not even on the campsite. Say you parking at the Heck Company or something.
You can, get one of those little small wireless cameras. The problem with that is you have to have internet continuously, so it can you can see it.
Okay.
If you're parking someplace, you obviously want to park where there's light, and you want to park somewhere where they got some kind of security patrol. You hardly rarely ever hear people breaking into campers. I mean, what could you do with it if you did besides steal it? And then you could get caught. You can't take anything out of it because most of the stuff is anchored down.
Okay.
I mean, you probably still have some crazy people that have done it.
Yeah.
But you could put security in there, but you'd have to have some type of electric and internet because you could get a satellite dish maybe on there that would give you continuous internet so that you could check in on your cell phone or your smart device to make sure that
some people do that,
and some people have that.
Well, I watch TV, I watch the movies, so you've seen runaway RVs before. That's why I was just, because there are people who said, man, that sounding good, I might want to check it out, I may want to rent one. I haven't heard anybody say buy one, but there are people who said they may want to rent one to take a trip.
I would put a tracking. If I was concerned about that, I'd put a tracking device on it.
Yeah, and like another things too, you may want to rent it out. You definitely want to put like a tracking device on it, but we would never want to rent it out. But
okay,
as far as like the security, like the atmosphere in there is pretty laid back, and like the campgrounds, everybody is friendly, super friendly, and like the atmosphere
super helpful.
Right, it's super at ease.
No matter
you go down there to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, no matter the color either. We've been and this is the truth. I'm not gonna try to, downgrade it or upplay it or anything. But we've actually been in campsites where they had Trump signs or we call them them signs, them flags where who they are.
Confederate flags.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they nice as pie when they find out you a fellow RVer, they nice as pie. Help you with anything.
Yeah. It's almost like an RV club. You don't have to join, but the fact that you have one, you see camaraderie.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now you have some campsites that are not like that. Like we rode up on a campsite down south one time. The guy told us.
No, it wasn't down south.
Where was it? Jersey?
Yeah, this was
in Jersey. They said they were full.
Going up to 206.
Yeah, they said they were full.
Now, everybody's running around. It could have been maybe about, I'll say about a half a mile in from 206. And we said, well, Trina, let's go in here. Let's
camp overnight, just to,
camp overnight, and then we come back tomorrow. So we went in, we went all the way in, came in, and now mind you, they got a lake over there. They got everybody splashing water. And then,
okay.
So we went up to the office, and they told us, oh, we don't have any water.
That's what they said. I know they said they were full.
Yeah, he said,
any water.
Yeah, so that to me, I'm seeing all this water around, but you tell me you ain't got no water. So I got the message, and I backed my little thing up and got up, went out of there.
It was someplace too in Virginia. One time we went, and the people acted a little funny, and we was like, nah, we better get up out of here.
Yeah, we better move on.
Can you raise discriminatory concerns?
Yeah, you get that feeling,
you get that vibe.
You get that vibe, yeah. But 99% of the time, we have never, It's like they are glad to see us. Like, oh, you people camp too, huh? That's why they got a Facebook page that says Black people camp too, because
Okay.
you rarely see Black folks that do it, but you're seeing more and more and more.
Well, yeah, because like you said, it might have been out of somebody's reach
They think
at
it
one
is.
time, or
It
thinking it was
usually
out
is.
of the reach, and it's really not.
It really isn't.
But
It really isn't. You could like $300 a month have yourself an RV.
yeah,
Can you wash clothes? You guys have a washer and dryer.
no, that's on
That's
the bigger
extra.
ones.
That's an amenity. That's extra. Yeah, you
Yeah,
would.
that's on the
Yeah,
big ones.
for our 31 foot, there's really no
Really
place
no room.
for it. But the bigger ones that look like a bus model, they're a lot of them come with the built-in. But a guy, RV guy, told us on one of our groups that we belong to, said that don't get them because they eat up a lot of your water. They eat up your your propane like crazy trying to dry the clothes. When in fact, most every campsite has a washer and dryer on site.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they have that. It's always up to date. It's always clean, and it's affordable. I think it's like $2 to wash, but they're not like little tiny tanks like you would have on the RV. If you had on the RV, you probably had to wash a regular tub like maybe 2 times or 3 times. When you go to the campsite laundromat, they got the great big super, washers and dryers. You in and out in 20 minutes. People are so kind. Like, if your stuff is out and you leave your basket, they'll put your stuff on your basket.
So they won't be trying on your clothes and stuff. Okay.
Yep. Or, you just stay there and you hang out and you wait. They got TVs in the laundry room. Right next to the laundry room is always the game room. So you could go to the game room and play games and then come back and get your clothes. So it doesn't make sense to really spend that extra money unless you do dry camping a lot, which means that you're not in a campsite and you're on the road all the time. And you don't want to be bothered with stopping at a local laundromat no matter where you are and trying to do it that way. That's when I would, definitely want one on board, so I wouldn't have to worry about trying to find like you go to the state campgrounds, there's no laundromat. You got to go sometimes 16, 17 miles into town to find a public laundromat, and then you don't know what you're going to get,
Yeah.
So what's the difference between a state and a federal campground or a country campground?
Very good question.
The state and the federal campgrounds, they usually only have amenities that are electric and water. Sewer is not a big attribute for them. They have sewer locations, but you got to close your unit up and take it there, or you got to buy a little portable thing to take it there. But nobody cares about that because the price is just like we went camping at the state. We were there for 14 days. It cost us $192.
Okay.
And that's because of our age. If we were in our 40s, that 192 would have went to 394.
Which is still cheap.
It's still cheap for 14 days.
Oh,
Whereas
okay.
some of these other campsites that have like waterfalls and water slides and all kinds of really great activities for the kids, parents are going to pay that because they got all these great activities for the kids. That's going to be $125 a night. So for 14 days, you're talking about $1,400, $1,500.
Yeah, I mean, it's very inexpensive to do that once you get the camper.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that might be the first hurdle for somebody saying, hey, or they may not have anywhere to park it. Like my neighbor had one, but our HOA said you cannot park it in your driveway. So he had to go and rent a place somewhere close to park it.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is.
It's not damaging anybody. It's in your driveway where you pay rent, pay your mortgage and your taxes. But see, that's a person that's running that HOA and has
we got a silly HOA. We have our HOA is just plain old silly.
Old people, and they don't
know who it is.
So how dare you have a camper?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Well, I guess it's a checklist. If you're thinking about buying one versus renting one, it's a checklist you probably want to go over to say, hey, can I get this? Do I need this? And stuff, different things like that.
Yeah, because it could be pricey to put it in the storage. The storage, I think the storage is probably going to be $100 some a month.
At least.
Yep.
Yeah, like a rental
We park
property.
ours in our driveway, and we hook up to our regular electric, and we winterize it, and that's where. Even when we were in New Jersey, Rick had a concrete slab built, so it would be even all the time. We don't. We really need to do one here, but depends on whether or not we stay in this house. Is why we've been reconsidering it,
Yeah,
Right.
debating on it. But you just one of our neighbors, he had customized electric built that was separate from his house electric. So if his house electric somehow was a storm or whatever and that went out, he had some kind of generator thing. He says, "Woo!" They actually sold their house and they moved to Florida when the casino shut down in New Jersey. But he had a whole separate sewer system. He had it set up that if something went wrong with his house, he could live in his trailer in his driveway
for days.
for days.
Wow.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's
So
pretty good. No,
it's something that you don't have to wait. Lynn, for your listeners, don't wait until you get in your 50s to think about doing it. Buy one now. And so by the time you retire, it's paid for, and you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want, and you know that you have a home on wheels for whatever comes down the pipe. And
what's
that's
a
what
good
we did.
starting price? If I was going to get a camp, I know there are different sizes and different styles and things of that nature, but what's a good almost flat rate starting price? Just to
I would say around 60,000.
That's
I mean,
cheaper than a car.
you're buying cars right now for 40 and 50. Spend an extra 10, and not only do you have a vehicle, you got a place to live.
Yeah.
I would never pay $60,000 for a car when I could get an RV.
Yeah, if you are like what they call quote unquote, I don't know if you follow like the preppers. All the preppers have like what they call a getaway car, and that's normally a RV where they can go to one place to another and feel safety and carry like the bare minimum with them, and like still be safe and secure.
Mm-hmm.
So like it works out both ways. But I I've been like thinking about them. I've been looking at them, and once you become a habit RV, you be looking at them. But like I don't think I would never give up my little RV because
Okay.
like for one thing, it's paid for. Secondly, I know who slept on my bed. Thirdly, it's just that I kept it in shape, so I know what I had.
Yeah, they said
Right.
the new ones, they're making them real cheap.
Okay.
Like we were
So
at
you're
a
not
camp, we were
investing as much
camping.
as they should be.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we were camping. I think it was in August, and one of our camping partners who lives in Indiana, they came down to Virginia, and we were staying at this really nice campsite that we all like. And he's kind of I think he's got like a 40-foot and big, beautiful inside. You get on board, the kitchen looks like a full size. It was like the size of a rancher. That's how much space it was. Full size, like spacious shower. They had a couple of sofas that pulled out to full queen size beds. It is a beautiful thing. They get ready
Okay.
to take off because he's got all this hydraulic this and automatic that, and he couldn't get the internet on there. They couldn't get the TV to work. They got the when they got ready to take off and go, the hydraulic system that levels it out to make sure it stays even, those hydraulic sticks got stuck. He had to stay a whole day, and they had to wait for like 2 or 3 hours for the people to come and unstick him. So all that flashy new technology, crazy click, 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 click. When it breaks down, it's expensive to repair.
Yeah.
It's just got its downsides to it. Like I said, our RV is 2007, and we probably got how many miles on it, Rick?
We got like 25 miles on it, if that.
25,000.
I mean, yeah, like 25,000.
25,000
That's
miles.
over 10 years.
Yeah, but we probably put we turned the 20,000 mark at the beginning of this season, and now we're about 25,000. So we this year was the first year we really used our RV. We just We already got a trip booked for April of next year. So, and we're
Wow.
supposed to go to Myrtle Beach
Myrtle
for
Beach.
Christmas, but it depends on how much our repairs are going to be, whether or
Depends
not
on the weather too.
and the weather. Yeah, but
Hey,
it's
I
so
saw a
close. I'll go.
I saw a campsite off of Route 3 in Fredericksburg last week. I have to get the name off my phone and send it to you all because I thought about it. It looks like it's a nice place and it's pretty. You can see it off the street, but it looks like it's pretty deep back. I'm just wasting hand sanitizer. Dag on it. Excuse me.
Most campsites. I mean, we've only been to maybe 3 campsites that were horrible. The first experience we had that was horrible, it was near a train station, and in the middle of the night, the trains just kept coming, and we didn't know it. We had just gotten there a little after dark, and I finally read the material, and it said, if the train bothers you, we'll give you your refund back in the morning, and they did. Then the second place we went was this year. We actually stopped at a place, had no internet, no TV. It was run down, but we were heading back and needed to stop off for the night. And so we had never been there. So obviously when we got there,
You want to give it a try.
we just, we ended up staying, but we knew we were getting out of there first thing in the morning. It was horrible.
So even with your Wi-Fi stuff, you still needed theirs?
I didn't have mine then.
We didn't have it.
Okay. Okay.
I got that Wii Boost, for my birthday, and I knew I'd be, because I had made my reservations for the state site for this October, and we were going to be there for 14 days, and that's the time October is when I'm teaching again, and so I knew I had to have a secure internet connection, so that's when I bought the Wii Boost.
Okay, cool.
So now wherever we go, we got it, and I certainly took that sucker off the RV when we took it for repairs. I got my little box right downstairs.
Oh yeah, you didn't want anybody to accidentally borrow it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how that is.
Yeah, cool. I took all of it. The only thing that's still there is, of course, the wires, because they're coming down from the roof. The antenna's still on the back of it, but we ordered. I ordered it today. Rick was like, you could pull the plug on and you could go ahead and hit the button. And so I said, okay, because they have a
new gadget.
Electric bike, yeah, because we like when we go to the state parks, there are always hills and all that. We love riding our bikes, but when you get to that point where you can't pedal no more, I want to be able to hit that button, turn on the electric part, and just keep on going.
Those are nice.
That takes all the fun out of it.
Yeah, right. You'll be hitting that button, and I was like, well, what could we get each other for Christmas? It was not much that we want. We don't need any clothes. We got all the gadgets. So I was like, we're gonna get these bikes. So I hit that button, boy. And it was when I first looked at it, because the bikes are pretty pricey, and of course,
depending on which one you get. Yeah, I've checked them out.
The electric ones. It's supposed to be the top of the line.
It's called electric.
Electric, no electric, but electric. So
I checked some out. I checked some of those toys out, but I'm like, man, I wouldn't even ride it if I got it. I mean,
Oh, we got it for RV. It's they made it for people that RV.
Okay.
Yes, they did. They had a family of they always RV. They got a little story behind it. And I think the guy designed it for his father. His father and his mom loved riding their bikes at RV camps, and they had these real trashy electric bikes that didn't hold up or whatever. And he decided he was going to design something really good for his parents, and that's how the bikes became into fruition, and then they became number one. And we saw an older couple at the state park, and I'm like, we getting it. We getting one of them.
Okay. They might be all weather terrain, but I sure wouldn't ride in rain or snow like that. But I'm switching segues for a second before we cut out. So last week, right after I signed off, I was still in the studio and my phone rang, and I picked up the phone and I said, "Hey, I just got off the broadcast with Tripping with the Byrds." And the lady said, "Byrds? That name sounds familiar." I said, "Yeah, Rick and Trina." "Oh yeah, I know them. They got a food truck up there by the harbor."
What?
Is that right? Okay.
They say it's a small world. I say, oh yeah, they good people. They come on every Wednesday. She said, yeah, they had a food truck up there by the harbor, at the outlets.
Right.
We
So
missed
you
that.
never know.
We do. Yeah,
Yeah.
we missed it. We really miss it. But I think we're gonna try to get back out there this season, next season, April, May or whatever. I booked that trip for April, and I figured that we would hit that, and because we really don't like camping in the hot summer because it's just too many bugs. It's just too hot. I don't like the heat like that. So we're probably gonna camp April,
That's
May,
a
beginning
city
of
girl.
June. Yeah, and then we're gonna probably do the food truck in between it because we do miss it. We really do miss it.
Yeah, we do.
It's a lot
gotta
of
jump
fun.
out there.
We had really
It's a lot of work, plus it's a lot of fun.
and our
But you know
customers,
that
they
would be
loved it.
good for like an internship for youth to kind of
Yeah.
learn that type of business.
Nanette, we have to do a show on it. We have a food truck. Maybe we could do it next week because it does
Yeah.
say tripping with the birds. It might not just be RV, it may be tripping with our food trucks.
Yeah, we were
And
open.
it is
Yeah.
a full-size school bus, and we were using it for our regular food truck, and then it just was too big. So then we started using it for just catering jobs, and then we bought the smaller one because it was better for us as we were getting older, and we really don't use it. So we wanted to make it into a food truck school where people actually trained on a food truck
Okay.
to learn the food truck business. And we went to PJ County Community College. We went to the EDC. We went everywhere pitching this idea, and it's great, it's great, it's great, but nobody wanted to materialize it.
Okay, can we just show you this? Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna share my
But
screen.
but we should take the whole next week to talk about the food truck because I do
okay.
know.
All right, then we can do that.
Yeah, because I think you all's knowledge in that will be good, and we need to spend like the whole time talking about that.
All
Yeah,
right.
good idea.
All right.
So Rick, I think you should probably have some samples.
I got some right now because, like a matter of fact, we can tell you about the storage.
No, she's talking about food, Rick.
Oh, food.
I'm talking about the food truck, Rick. Making me hungry. All right, so yeah. So let me see. Well, this has been good. I definitely enjoyed it, and I got to do one more experiment with you guys. I told you, Trina, I watch you all stuff. So this is DJ Straight signing off with Tripping with the Birds. It's been another enjoyable Wednesday, just learning about RVing and the gadgets that they have, but really good information that they're not charging to come on to share their knowledge on a lot of things. And next week, man, it's going to be good. We're talking about the food truck, so I'm going to make sure that I start publicizing that a little bit more. Matter of fact, if you guys want to send me a picture of your food truck or not, I'll get one off so I can put it on the flyer.
Okay.
Okay, any parting words?
I would just like to say, live your life to the fullest. If you are thinking about an RV, you will not regret the decision of doing it.
Okay. Mine is when you get into something, you like it and you want to share it with people. I wish that I would have gotten into it a little bit earlier, so I could have shared it along with my son. Like he missed out on this stage, which I know if he got in it from like the beginning, he would be avid RVer himself. Well, like he just said, well, I'll go later, or I'll meet you there. But there's nothing like the experience you experience
outdoors.
And your family, inside of that, as you see the sights and the driving and things like that. So
yeah.
Cool. All right, we are signing off. Let me see if I can get this my little exit video going right.
Tune in each
I
week
gotta redo.
for Tripping with the Birds on WGMLB Internet Radio. Heard on WGMLB.com. Listen live or viewed on YouTube channel DJ Straight and Facebook WGMLB Internet Radio. Tune in each week for Tripping with the Byrds on WGMLB Internet Radio. Heard on WGMLB.com, listen live, or viewed on YouTube channel DJ Straight and Facebook WGMLB Internet Radio.
You know what? When I just saw there's 3 topics. It is RV, the computers, and the pizza. So yeah, we gotta start doing something. Yeah, I like doing the show.
Okay, cool.